Everyone, and welcome back to today's video. Today we are checking out how you can install FivePD in 2023. A lot of people have been asking me recently with the shutdown of GTA Police mods, where can you download FivePD, how do you install it, all that good stuff. So we're going to go over that today. So temporarily, until FivePD has their own site working, you can download through this drive link. The link for whatever version is current, I will update down in the description. So if by the time this video in a couple months and the FivePD site is up, I will link this, the link in the description to that FivePD site. Otherwise, until it is, this will be the download page. This is the latest version without the internet error. There was an internet error due to the GTA Police mod servers being shut down. So this is the version without that check that makes it work once again. Now, you may be wondering, where's all the callouts and stuff? We'll cover that in a little bit. So let's go ahead and download this. I'm going to expect you have a FiveM server created already. If you haven't, you can go watch something like our easy installer video with TXadmin. Just go ahead and create your server, get it set up and running. Once you have that, you're ready to install resources. So let's go ahead and download this. All you have to do is click the download all button from the top of this page. It will take a moment to load and process. It's only 7 megabytes, so it should be pretty fast to download. It should only take a few seconds. There we go. Then you can see it's FivePD version 1.5.2. So you can open this up with WinZip, 7-zip, WinRAR. We are going to be doing the SQLite install today. We are not going to be doing MySQL. It just makes it easier for everyone. There's no reason to use MySQL unless you are using a resource that requires it. So we're just going to leave everything as default here. So if you are doing SQL, you can go ahead and import it, but I recommend not. I recommend using SQLite just because it's built in. You don't have to worry about it. It is all there. And all you have to do, don't rename the FivePD folder, but you're just going to drag it in. Literally just drag it in. That is as easy as it is installing FivePD now. In here, you can see there's a bunch of stuff. There's guides. I recommend reading over this. If you're using Zap hosting, make sure you read over this as well. You have to make sure to set your FTP permissions and all that stuff. Zap hosting also has problems with SQLite, so I recommend doing MySQL if you're using Zap. Other than Zap, though, the rest of the controls and everything else are in here as well, so you can read it over. You have the default callouts in here, so you can see there is a bunch of different callouts. I'm going to delete these. Let's talk about callout installs real quick. If you want to use our callouts, we have a website for them, bghdevelopment.com/callouts. All of our callouts are here. They support this latest version. They support OneSync. They all work. I have tested them. They are good to go. You can download all of them here. There's like 7 or 8 callouts per pack, I think, something like that. There's a good amount of callouts here. That should keep you going for a while. If you want other callouts, other developers are posting theirs on GitHub and stuff. But if you want custom ones, we do have custom callout commissions. We charge about $15 depending on the hour or so of work it takes to create them. It will go up depending on your complexity. But if you want custom callouts just for your server, they're not shared, they're not released publicly, we do support that as well. So feel free to reach out to us about that. So let's say I want to download car callouts. You just have to click this button. It will download a zip file. If you want to use configs, it lets you use the config.json. Otherwise, you're just going to drag in that net.dll straight into your callouts folder like that. Perfect. In terms of editing a computer and stuff, this is where all the files are for it. Unless you know what you're doing, don't mess with it. The config is where all of the config files are for FivePD. Items, garages, coordinates, any disabled callouts, all that good stuff can be found in here. You can view this and change anything you want per thing. So you can modify this to your liking. You can keep it default if you don't want to. Languages, obviously, English is the default in here. Loading screen, if you want to modify the loading screen, it is in there. And then if you have any plugins, FivePD plugins were on GTA Police mods. There's not like any I've seen posted outside of that. The config.json is the main configure file for FivePD. Keep it all default, at least at the top for the database if you're using SQLite. If you want to use MySQL, switch this to MySQL, set all your details, import that SQL file. And then your admin code's going to be whatever you want to make it for the MDT in-game as well. So if you want to set all this up, you can set this up. Reminder, the Discord bot does not work. So this is going to be webhooks now rather than Discord. I don't actually know if this works overall anymore. You may not have Discord support, but in case it does work, you can use webhooks rather than the Discord bot, because the Discord bot does not work. Someone will correct me in the comments on that statement. Anyway, now all you have to go, server.cfg, edit with Notepad or with Notepad++, add in Shure FivePD, make sure it is exactly the same as that folder name, don't rename the folder, or you may run into problems, and go ahead and start up your server. Reminder, while it does technically work with OneSync on, it's recommended that you don't use OneSync if your callouts don't support it and stuff. Just keep an eye on that. So here you go. You can see it has validated all of our config files. All this weird stuff here is all completely normal. Don't worry about it. And you can see the Discord bot has been sunset and will not be working. So make sure to disable it if you do. Doesn't look like there's webhooks, so you're going to be without Discord support for this. But there you go. Everything loaded up successfully. Now the way to check and see if our callouts and everything loaded up is go ahead and jump in game. So let's start up our FiveM here. See if it launches Paint. If you don't remember why that is a joke, you can go watch our last video I released 2 days ago on talking about FiveM. I do recommend watching that if you haven't already. It's a good video to watch. I go into a lot of details on stuff. Also a reminder for FivePD stuff. They are making their own site. So when that has stuff, you'll find all your callouts and stuff over there as well. All right, let me go ahead and connect to the server. Here we go. We're connecting. FivePD, you can see the loading screen's working, loading FivePD in the bottom right hand corner. We know we have installed it successfully. Now, there is a couple things you got to keep an eye out when you're here. Sometimes this loading screen will appear and then it's not actually going to work in game. Don't worry about that. Check your console for any red errors. A lot of time that means stuff has gone wrong during your install. If you're on Zap Hosting, make sure to click that Set FTP Permissions button. Otherwise, you may run into problems as well. There's just a bunch of different stuff you can check. The console that you're also going to want to check is the F8 console once you get in game, because this is going to tell you if FivePD and all your callouts have loaded successfully. This is also a good menu for just overall debug and stuff if you're interested to see what your client is doing while you're connecting to servers. So just keep an eye on F8 because this is where it would show errors that don't show in console, which are client-side specific errors. It can also tell you about crashing and stuff as well if you're running into problems on your server. So just a reminder, use F8 when possible. So I'm going to let this load the rest of the way. If I scroll up fast enough, you can see FivePD loaded all of the callouts. So this is our BGHD car callouts pack. And you can see that it goes over how to make your own callouts and stuff. That website won't work until they update it, but all of the other stuff has been loaded up. So, you know, we have started this successfully, which is awesome. And in the top left-hand corner, you see FivePD 1.5.2, you are off duty. Press F11 to open up that menu. Go ahead and go on duty. You can spawn a vehicle if you want. You can spawn the loadout, get health and armor, all of that good stuff. Now, the way to make sure you get callouts, a lot of people have confusion about this. Make sure when you get into a vehicle, you are on duty, and then go ahead and press B. When you are in here, you got to create your admin code. So at the bottom, it's that admin code that was in that config file. Go ahead and press enter. If you're having problems with this, there is documentation in the GTA Police Mods Discord and inside of the README files about how you can manually add yourself as an admin in case this button doesn't work for you. You can go in and create a department. I'm going to just call it LAPD because that is where I'm from. Go ahead and set your limit of members and your radius of wherever you want to be. I'll do a radius of 5, call sign format, number, dash letter, whatever you want to do. It's completely up to you. And then you can go ahead and press create and make sure once you are in, you go ahead and click join. Now you have the options to check your licenses, check your IDs, your reports, your call out, backup requests, all that good stuff in here. Now that you have that, you can go ahead and press Z. If this menu opens up, you are successfully able to receive callouts. You can disable callouts here. You can add nearby players to your thing. You can request backups. And of course, if you are an admin inside the server, you have the debug menu where you can force callouts like any of the ones in our thing. So let's see reckless driver call out. Go ahead and force that. You can see it's over there on Sonora. So if I go ahead and drive over to Sonora Freeway, you can see we are on scene of a reckless driver call out. It is actually somewhere. There it is. So it's somewhere up here on the hill. Oh, I just crashed my car. So they're actually up here on the hill. You can see their little red dot going away. So let's look for them. They're on the train track, or are they at the top here? It's always weird where these things spawn because it's a random spawn, but there they are. Reckless driver for sure. So you obviously have these callouts and everything. They're obviously running. So very cool, easy install, just 10 minutes literally to do this, including loading time. So make sure to check it out if you're interested. Hopefully they can update all their documentation and stuff as time goes on. But wow, flying coyote. But for now, this is kind of how you are set up. So thanks so much for watching. You can always code for the call out through the Z menu as well if you need to. But that guy is going to crash off the side of a cliff. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next video.